Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion drama is heating up, and as the days go
Boy,
by, it keeps looking
heating
worse
up.
for Megan Thee Stallion. In the last week and a half, Tory Lanez has received more momentum in overturning his case than he probably has had in the last year and a half since he's been convicted. And Megan Thee Stallion is panicking after the week that Tory Lanez have had. I'm
Right.
not here to tell you who's guilty and who's innocent or to retry this case. I'm just here to break down what has taken place over the last week and a half. Megan took to her TikTok today to beg Tory Lanez to leave her alone. On TikTok, she would write, "At what point are y'all gonna stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans gonna stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me?"
We not lying. We not saying this, bro. You got caught having relations with him, and you trying to and by your best friend, and got into it. We didn't say this. The police said this. We didn't come up with this accusation. Now, hey, like I said, this is what my theory is. I think she probably. I don't know who shot the gun. Da 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 da. I think this is what happened. She probably did get shot at, and the bullets hit the glass. You know, glass hit the ground, and she stepped on the glass. That's what I think happened. I don't think she got hit in the foot because you get shot in your foot, both feet, bro. Or 1 foot, bro. You going like you gonna be out for a while. And she was up walking the next week normal. No crutches or nothing.
Why is this happening every day? 1 minute him slash y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in your face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Oh, okay. This is Megan's direct response to Tory
But the
Lanez
fact that he doing
during a
10
press
is
conference
crazy.
where they would reveal that Megan's best friend Kelsey, who
Mm-hmm.
was in the vehicle with Tory Lanez, who was having an argument with Megan Thee Stallion in the vehicle that night after learning that Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping with Tory Lanez behind her back, even though her and Tory Lanez were in a relationship. The bodyguard of that best friend would testify that
Woo!
Kelsey admitted to her husband that she was the one who shot Megan and it wasn't Tory.
Mm.
No DNA, no fingerprints, missing bullet fragments. Despite those concerns, rapper Tory Lanez,
He
whose
doing 10.
legal name is Daystar Peterson, was convicted in connection to the 2020 shooting of fellow artist Megan Thee
Right.
Stallion in the Hollywood Hills, which left her with injuries to her feet. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years, a full decade behind bars. To this day,
I know
Mr.
motherfuckers doing
Peterson,
less
Tory Lanez
time for that. I mean,
maintains
almost.
innocence, insisting he never
This motherfucker's doing 15 for actually knocking somebody off. He doing 10 for a foot shot, suppose. It's crazy.
fired the gun. Now, new evidence,
But that's California laws, though.
including from a witness whose account contradicts key parts of Megan Thee Stallion's version of events that night and appears to support Tory Lanez's defense.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down,
Right.
and the gun fired 2 more times.
Okay.
In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody.
Right.
He never even touched that gun.
Right.
The bodyguard's testimony as it stands to me is a non-factor, not because I don't think it's credible, because
Right.
I don't think it sways the opinion of either side. If you
Nah,
don't
it don't.
believe
Nah.
that Megan Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez, then this just reinforces it. If you believe Megan Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez, this isn't gonna sway your opinion, right? A bodyguard who used to drive for Kelsey saying he overheard Kelsey say this is not gonna change your opinion of this. You already have your mind made up.
Yeah, that's
However,
facts.
I do believe the bodyguard's statement and testimony combined with the other aggravating factors, now it means something. Now you guys may have enough to go back in front of a judge and present this
Right.
for an appeal. Maybe have a sentence cut down, maybe have a sentence suspended to have him get out. The bodyguard statement was at least enough to have U.S. Congresswoman Anna Paulina.
Okay, I'm gonna
think
say
that
okay.
Tory
I'm
Lanez is
like,
innocent.
who is
It
this?
was able to sway her, and now she's an advocate for Tory Lanez. Now, this to me is the game changer. And this is why Megan Thee Stallion and Rock Nation is currently panicking.
Right.
Because Tory Lanez and his attorneys putting out press conferences, talking to the media.
Yeah,
been
they
doing this
have.
for years, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion ain't worried about Tory Lanez and his team breathing hot air for hours and having press conferences declaring his innocence. But they are concerned that an actual politician, a U.S. Congresswoman, is now taking interest in this case and is now advocating for Tory Lanez to get released. So we're gonna discuss that later.
Right.
So when we read the rest of Megan Thee Stallion's statement towards Tory Lanez, and you hear her panicking, and you hear like the franticness within her statement, understand this is because a U.S. Congresswoman is now taking
a case. Yeah.
I do think Megan Thee Stallion did make a good point, and if you're not biased, you can probably give Megan Thee Stallion some credit for making a good point. 1 minute y'all said, "Yo, I stepped on glass. I wasn't."
We didn't say that.
Next minute, y'all
The police said it, and we heard what the police
Kelsey
said.
She shot me. Now I was shot, but Tory didn't do it, and Kelsey did it. So at some point, I do believe though that the people who say Megan Thee Stallion was not shot by Tory Lanez,
Right.
the mind has to be made up. It has to be either she stepped on glass, she was never shot, she lied, or Kelsey shot her. I'm not discrediting either theory. I'm just saying it can't be both. You can't present with both and pick whatever theory works best that day. You kind of have to commit to either or. Either she was shot or she stepped on glass. And if she stepped on glass, then the theory of the bodyguard coming forward and claiming that he overheard Kelsey saying he shot her, that theory would mean nothing because she was never shot, right? So Megan Thee Stallion, continued. She says, 1 minute y'all said I was never shot. Now y'all letting him play in your face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Okay, I'm sick of this ish. Leave me the F alone. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny he shot me, and that was his choice because he knows he did that ish. I don't give a F about a blog or a bot. Why in the F would me, Megan Thee Stallion, have to lie on this MF about shooting me? See, she says that now, and she kind of says it in a condescending tone as if, she's bigger than Tory Lanez and she's bigger than life. No, but at the time, Megan Thee Stallion was significantly less popular than Tory Lanez. Significantly less clouded up, less accomplished than Tory Lanez. So don't say, bro, why would I need to clout chase off Tory Lanez for it? Nah. At the time, it was plausible. She would continue and she would say, how y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. He did it. It was proven in court.
No,
on the internet, Tory,
they just how, bro? If he did it, then where is his DNA? How did his DNA just magically disappear off the gun? It's like basically, where's the missing bullet fragments at? Shell casings. Like where's the missing bullet fragments at out of your foot? Like you feel me? Like, cause you go through ballistics testing of the gun, they wipe it down, they see who fingerprints. Once that gun has been fired, they take it, put it for evidence, they go test it, they go gunshot residue, all that. They said none of that was on his hand. So what happened, Megan? Who did it? Like if y'all setting this man up to go do 10 because y'all quote unquote was mad at each other because y'all was fighting the same nigga, it's crazy. Now y'all want to be best friends now is ridiculous, bro. That's all we saying. And you was lying about it. Now you done got called up by your best friend. It's crazy work, bro. That's all we saying.
Ain't no new evidence. Y'all been saying the same ish for years. Tory, please leave me alone. She capitalized, please leave me alone. You a effing demon. I'm off this silly internet-ish. Bye. If you're a non-biased, you could also point at Megan Thee Stallion, even if you are a supporter of Megan Thee Stallion, and say her asking Tory Lanez to leave her alone is now hypocritical.
Yeah,
because you guys remember in December of 2024 when nobody was talking about this Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion
at all.
Everybody had moved on. Nobody.
You feel me? He doing his time.
No major updates, no new updates, no blogs really posting about it. Megan and Tory was not in the news headlines, and Megan brought them back in the news headlines.
You feel me? Got on that motherfucking line.
Stallion decided to file a restraining order against a man in Tory Lanez who was in jail at the time. Now, get this, okay? Megan Thee Stallion filed this restraining order the very same week she had a single dropping. So a lot of people was accusing Megan Thee Stallion of using this Tory Lanez situation to promote her single. Because Megan Thee Stallion also stated in the past before this that she was done speaking about it and done dealing with the situation. So filing a restraining order against a man who's in jail for 10 years
it's crazy.
Was kind of crazy. It was kind of overkill as well.
You feel me? Like, what the hell?
You can't say leave me alone, but then on the other hand, you brought it back to the media. You brought it back to attention. You had your lawyer send in like the blog pages, and the restraining order to multiple blogs to post about it.
You feel me?
Again, bro, you can't have it both ways, bro. Either you want to use the situation to promote singles or you don't. So U.S. Congresswoman Anna Paulina would take to Twitter.
Okay. Let's see what she said.
We have compelling evidence proving Tory Lanez innocence, and it will be released within the next 36 hours. Those who rush to call for his incarceration, or worse yet, push false evidence, should prepare to be held accountable. This is scary coming from a Congresswoman, bro. Coming from a politician is a different ball game, homie. When she says, "Hey, bro, we got compelling evidence. Tory Lanez is gonna be free soon, because this evidence should free him." But also, the people responsible for pushing false evidence and putting Tory in jail should be ready to be held accountable. That's scary. I can see why Megan Thee Stallion is panicking, homie. Now, she would also call on Governor Newsom to review Tory Lanez's case and issue a pardon, and she tagged him directly on Twitter. She didn't stop there, bruh. She continued. Tory Lanez has filed a direct appeal, a habeas petition, and a successive habeas, all now consolidated by the California Court of Appeals. They have a seated panel. They have seated a panel. Oral arguments are coming. This case is far from over. Due process matters. Tory Lanez's conviction and sentencing raised major constitutional concerns.
You feel like
Sixth Amendment, 14th Amendment. These issues demand urgent review.
Come on, under damn.
I don't know if she's doing this on her own good will.
Yeah.
Now I do know that Republicans, I guess, have had some type of motivation or a particular interest in Tory Lanez's particular case because it's a means to go at Gascon. But nonetheless, though, this is still very good for Tory Lanez, and it's not good for Megan Thee Stallion, bro. If a politician, now mind you, she got allies too. So she's pulling resources with allies she knows. So once you about to start having 10, 15, 20 congresswomen and men standing together banning for Tory Lanez.
So Tory Lanez, you feel me? It's a wrap.
Oh, come on, son. Yo, I don't know.
And this is crazy. This is crazy. She filed a restraining order. Like I said, she brought this whole situation up. Like I said, we wasn't even worried about it no more. Tory Lanez was doing his time. And for what it sounded like, he wasn't worried about what the hell Megan Thee Stallion was doing. From the first two clips, they said Tory Lanez was in there doing well in prison. He was in there politicking, doing him. He worried about why? So he calling you or something? You filed a restraining order, nigga that ain't worried about you in prison. Like I said, he was having a good old time in there. He was living his life. He's I gotta do 10. I might as well just make it worthwhile. But this is crazy though. This is crazy. I don't know, man.
Tory Lanez did this, bro. I don't know if the bag is talking. He threw a couple.
Yeah, I don't know if
this right here is brilliant by Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion is panicking. I don't think not only at the prospects of Tory Lanez being released, but I think Megan is panicking because Megan knows, man. Once that congresswoman gets to digging. Once the rocks get overturned, bro, they're gonna see a lot of things that
you feel me? How the evidence get overlooked?
One thing in particular is this Tory Lanez being stabbed. Is this mystery surrounding him being stabbed? I'm not saying Megan Thee Stallion is involved. I wasn't there. I don't even know why Tory Lanez was stabbed. Allegedly,
that's facts.
Right? Or the real story. But Tory Lanez and his team think so. They alluded to it. They said, the conspiracy that Megan and them may be involved isn't just a conspiracy. They did everything to put the blame on Megan, but just outright say she did it.
Yeah, they did though.
To the water.
But then they say it's that,
They didn't give us the water. They let us drink it ourselves. Here's Tory Lanez and his team break down the mystery surrounding Tory Lanez being stabbed.
Right. Until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The timing of these events raised disturbing questions to me, and I think they all should to you as well. After over 2 years in prison, without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flashpoint. This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year.
I'm gonna say, yeah,
that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety, and that alone should be grounds for immediate action. But combine that with the overwhelming evidence of a botched investigation, and this becomes not just a legal issue, but a morale emergency.
Right.
Tory Lanez deserves a new trial. He deserves due process. He deserves a pardon.
And when they say Megan's team, they're talking about Rock Nation.
Yeah.
More specifically, Desiree Perez, because that's who worked with Megan Thee Stallion directly. Desiree Perez have some ties that really terrifies the industry, which is why she literally runs the industry. Desiree Perez has the power to call up companies and literally tell them, hey, bro, you paying this person $1 million for an endorsement deal, but give them $2 million. I don't want to hear no negotiation buy. And she's not even a part of the deal, bro. And these companies will do it. You know why? Bro? Because nobody wants to get on Desiree Perez's good side.
Yeah. For what you saying happened?
An entire cartel.
Right.
Desiree Perez still have ties to cartels. Desiree Perez is bullying the industry. All right. So when we see situations like this, where they say, this is interesting. All right. We told Megan Thee Stallion team, Desiree Perez and them, that Tory Lanez got new evidence coming out. And within a day,
he get poked up.
He was stabbed. Like, what's going on here, bro? And he was stabbed by a Mexican that he has no issue with, never had a run-in with. This is strange. And I do believe that when a congresswoman get involved and things start to get overturned, they're going to get to the bottom of this. They're going to find out if Megan's team was responsible for Tory Lanez being stabbed.
Right.
This is crazy, yo. The turn of events is getting crazier, man. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Y'all think Megan Thee Stallion is panicking because Tory Lanez is being free, or because they gonna find out her team is responsible for Tory Lanez being poked up in jail? Let me know.
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like she can be panicking for a number of reasons, that he might be free, but like I don't. If he does get free, bro, like Tory probably. I don't know, me personally. If Tory did get free, I don't care what Megan doing, bro. She go do her. Hey, we split ways, bro. If Tory Lanez get free and go out and do some bullshit, to her, then hey, he deserved what he deserved. But I don't think Tory Lanez is gonna be getting out and worried about Megan. Like I said, he wasn't worried about her for the year he was in jail. He was doing what he was doing. They said he was adjusting well. He was doing what he wanted to do, living like a king in there. So, and if she got him poked up, I don't know. It's crazy, bro. It just he say, she say. Like I said, in my opinion, personal opinion, I don't think he did shoot her. Like I said, my opinion is I think she probably did get shot at by whoever, what's her name? The shorty, Kelsey, and probably hit the window and the little, glass hit the ground. She stepped on it. Cause like I said, yeah, if you got, bro, I ain't never been shot, but if you see somebody get shot in the foot, bro, they not tiptoeing. They don't they holding they shit, bro. If she got shot, she's a strong woman. Like I said, there was no DNA, missing bullet fragments and everything. So I don't know, man. This is crazy, bro. Like I said, I don't know. We gonna see soon though. I guess they putting the hammer down and they going after it. So, but shout out to Flacco for the video. If y'all can do me a favor, go check out my second channel, it's D.Sheltontv, and I'll catch you on the next one.